Hi guys, Pierce here, back with another review. Here I have set number 75345, 501st Clone Troopers Battle Pack from 2023. This is not to be confused with the previous 501st Legion Clone Troopers Battle Pack from 2022. Now this set features about 119 pieces and is better known for its more specialized Clone Troopers. Now this set will set you back about 25 Canadian dollars or about 19 US dollars. So yeah, let's take a deeper dive into the set. And off here we have our first protagonist, the 501st officer. Really nice minifigure. There are a few things that differentiate him from the regs. So he does have a blue waist belt from the front and the back. I think all the others have the blue colored back piece over here too. Here we come to something a bit more controversial. He has a waist cape, but it's printed instead of the cloth waist cape you'd see on a lot of other Clone Trooper minifigures. I've heard from other sources that LEGO claims to remove this for environmental reasons, but we have seen LEGO put waist capes on other minifigures on other sets, so we have a consistency issue here. In terms of my opinion, it feels kind of like a half measure, because like you could eventually figure out this is a waist cape, but like it takes some time and it feels kind of incomplete. Like maybe it would feel a bit more more complete if there would be printing on the side of the leg and at the back of the leg, or front and back, but they would probably charge a premium. So I think to actually fully do the job, a full waist cape would be necessary, but otherwise the leg printing is really good. Like if you go and get my older 501st Clone Trooper from 2013, he has like a lot less leg printing. Like even his feet are not printed, so that's pretty good. You also notice that on the side of the helmet, these older versions of the troopers don't have these gray spots. I think they put them on here to like make this indentation on the helmet a lot more obvious. But yeah, you also notice the difference between these helmets is that there is a port on the side, a secondary port, compared to the original one here, which has closed ports only. For visors, I would say this would be accurate, because like if you would see Commander Cody in the Clone Wars, the visor actually goes on top of this circular point over here. I kind of have some mixed results when seeing the antenna or a rangefinder being put on these troopers. I think sometimes I would see them being put directly on the port. Some visors with an antenna or something are like put at the back of the port. But yeah, I think overall like it is kind of controversial, because it does make the helmet look a little bit ugly, but overall I think it's an okay choice. They also have a Clone Trooper with a darker flesh tone, which is also pretty good. Here's my older one, so it's slightly more accurate to the actual Clone Troopers. And yeah, nice minifigure. There is usually another pistol provided in the set, so you can dual wield this officer. But here is the 501st officer, pretty decent minifigure. Alright, here's what I'm trying to point out with the waist cape and the cloth, just to show how a little bit more cloth can go a very long way. Not just adding a few more pieces of cloth and Pauldron from Clone Army Customs can make this figure look a lot more complete. Well, in terms of LEGO, I guess in terms on the battlefield, you don't want to make yourself too obvious, so like snipers won't like pick you out right away. But yeah, that is my point on the officer. But yeah, still relatively good minifigure, but a little bit of cloth can go a really long way to make this minifigure look amazing. Moving on, here we have the 501st Clone Specialist, or as I would like to say, the Sniper. Very similar design to the officer. He has no colored waist belt, but he does have these small little yellow markings here on his breastplate. And the most interesting thing about this minifigure is that he has an electro binocular on his helmet. This is the first time I've seen it on any other set, so this is a huge driver for the set. Now, does this electro binocular work on other helmets? I've tried it on Phase 1 Lego Clone Trooper helmets. I think they work relatively well. Now, do they also work on Clone Army custom helmets? I actually tested a few. Works relatively well. I'm not sure if it works with every single Clone Army Customs helmet, but it's a pretty adaptable piece of kit. So yeah, that is the 501st Clone Trooper Specialist. What a really nice minifigure to have. On to the last type of minifigure. You get two of these heavy 501st Troopers. Actually, I didn't mention this, but actually looking at the designs of these minifigures are heavily inspired, or are the designs based off of the Battlefront 2 Clone Trooper classes. This obviously is the heavy, and one thing I noticed a lot is that I believe that the heavies usually have waist capes as standard, but I'm not fully sure, because I was kind of expecting that they would also have waist capes printed on like the officer, but it's okay that they don't include it here. That'll be even more cloth. Torso. At first I thought this would be similar to the airborne troopers, but I guess I think theirs is more heavily focused on ammunition. You do have this little armor plate over here, but on the airborne troopers it's a lot more pronounced. Like, it's just the armor piece is a lot bigger. But yeah, it is pretty cool. He is equipped with a heavy blaster. For me, it looks pretty light for a trooper considered heavy. Like, well, I guess people can bring out their own heavy weapons from their collections. Like, I have my own Z6 rotary cannon ready to go. Or bazooka, or heavy repeater. So yeah, I've done some other imaginary things, probably going off on a little tangent, but I switched this onto the side like this, and then I call this a shotgun. Yeah. On the back, he has a printed backpack like the heavy does in the game. Nice having a printed small piece over here. Same helmet design, and the visor works pretty well. Still uses the standard Phase 1 type visor. It's okay. I guess it makes more sense because, like, in terms of Lego production wise, maybe they have less choices. They don't want to like keep making too many specialized stuff. I guess once you start trying to produce more specialized equipment for your clone troopers, then you're starting to get into a range of stuff like Clone Army Customs, because like they have like a lot more specialized visors and cameras. But that's a talk for another day. I have the torso of another one, the back one here. Pretty cool. Another expression of a clone face. And yeah, that is the heavy. You get two of them. Pretty decent minifigure. And yeah. Okay, moving on to the main build of the set. We have the mini AV7 cannon, or should we call it the baby AV7 cannon, because I have the big bro of the set, the big AV7 cannon, or the minifigure scale. So where there was a fully mannable spot with control panel for a gunner, you could still accommodate a gunner here, just with no control panel. I'm gonna just probably assume there's some holographic screen with some advanced UI and stuff. Easy to take him in and out. Shells on here are represented by these teeth on the left and right. As with this cannon, this big boy cannon, which can roll back and forth, again hover, you could fold these legs up, just imaginary hover to your position. Folding the legs out are actually pretty simple. The system is very reliable. You have these two hinges here, which are responsible for traversing the gun up and down. You have a decent amount of elevation, but sadly no depression, so that's going to be very difficult to take advantage of the high ground, unless you probably just dig the cannon in somewhere or something at an angle. But yeah, you have a spring-loaded launcher here, so just load up a spring here, just fire away. You probably have a spare one in the set, so that's really nice. And yeah, just a really nice little build, really cute compared to the big bro over here. But yeah, that is a very nice small build, small little baby AV7 cannon. Let's go. Alright, time for my final thoughts of this set. Overall, I think this is a relatively good set. It is a little bit rough on the edges, but you know what? This set is basically about just getting easy access to the innovations that LEGO has made with their clone troopers. So first you have the electro binoculars here. I believe this is the first time you'll get this in this set. I'm not aware of all the other sets, but it's probably the cheapest. So you can start experimenting with your other clone troopers here. Again, another innovation with the addition of holes in Phase 2 helmets. All the previous Phase 2 helmets before all had sealed circles down below here. You can see with the older 501st clone trooper. So that's something huge. Now I really wish that the commander had cloth waist skirts. It would have really made this character a lot better. Heavies with the Phase 1 visors. It looks okay, but the detail could be slightly better. Still relatively good. That's more like a minor nitpick. Sniper is solid. Really nice. I think there is a never-ending want for more regular Phase 1 clone troopers. Maybe it would be cool if one of these heavies were exchanged for a regular 501st clone trooper, just to fill in that unsustainable, just pure demand for more 501st regs. But you know what, this is good enough. It's more like a small nitpick, but otherwise still pretty good. The build itself has a lot of pieces that are really nice to have. Really reliable function, except for depression. So yeah, but not too best on the high ground. For a $25 Canadian price point for 119 pieces, plus the inflation rate, which is not the best right now. It kind of hurts, but you're kind of used to it at this point with the inflation, so it's probably worth it. There's stuff that this set can improve on, but just the ability to get all these innovations for like a lot cheaper than the other set I know, which is Commander Cody's ATT Walker, which is probably like definitely over 100 Canadian dollars. Probably even 150 Canadian dollars. Canadian dollar is pretty weak. I'm not sure about that other hover tank, but it is a cheap way to get those innovations, and I think just by being able to provide customers with that, and plus more 501st troopers are more welcome too. It is a huge win for this set. Like I remember in the days that Lego Star Wars fans were pouring for 501st Troopers. Like, you got someone who even made a rap video just to push Lego to make a 501st Trooper set. That was great. That was amazing. And to get specialists too. Like, I thought Lego was just gonna stick to the regular Clone Troopers and leave specialists to Clone Armor Customs. Yeah, that's awesome. So, for that, I'm gonna give this set an 8.5 out of 10. I'm really happy to have this set. Really grateful that another friend came and gave me some additional resources for this video. And yeah, thank you for spending your time. It's great having you. And catch you up on the next video.